Hello students, this lesson is for quarter 3, week 4, the geometric constructions. At the end of the video, you should be able to use compass and straight edge to bisect line segments and angles and to construct perpendiculars and parallels. Please like, share, and subscribe to Ma'am Des Math Tutorials. Hit the notification bell button to alert you of the latest video lessons. For all questions, comments, and suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. Let's start with the definition of terms. A bisector is a line that divides something into two equal parts. Look at the figure at the right. Line MN bisects line segment EB. B. Perpendicular bisector. A line perpendicular to another line that divides the original line into two congruent parts. From the figure at the right, line K is the perpendicular bisector of line M. C. Compass. Tool used to construct angles, circles, and arcs, and measuring distances between points, consisting of two arms linked by a movable joint, one arm ending in a point, and the other usually carrying a pencil or pen. D. Straight edge. Tool with or without units, used to draw lines, segments, and rays. Lesson 1. How to bisect segments and angles. To do measurements and constructions, appropriate tools are needed. Here are the tools you need for this lesson. Again, straight edge and compass.
Our task is how to bisect a segment. So, construct the bisector of JK. Now, so para po magawa natin yan, you have to draw line segment like this. Okay? So, label it with point J and the other one is point K. Now, the next step, you have to set up your compass that the tips cover slightly more than half the length of JK. So, ito po yung tip ng compass natin. Ilagay po natin dyan kay point J and make sure siya po ay more than half the length of JK. So, set up po natin ng maayos. Ayan. So, more than half na po siya. So, let us make an arc. After that, huwag pong gagalawin si compass. Okay? Same setup. Point the tip kay J, point K, and make again an arc. Okay, so as you can see, we have point of intersection above and below. Okay, so label it with point L. And this one is point N. So after that, you have to connect the 2 points. So, using the ruler, connect the 2 points. Okay, dapat po make sure na magkatapat yung dalawang points. Okay. After that, this point of intersection in the center must be labeled it with point M. And therefore, as you can see, line segment JM, yan. So, line segment JM is equal to line segment MK. Okay, so again, M is our midpoint. How to bisect an angle? Task, construct the angle bisector of angle E. Okay, what we're going to do first, draw an angle like this and then label it with point E in the vertex. Okay, step 1. Place one of the tips of the compass at point E. Draw an arc intersecting the sides of the angle. So, ito po yung compass natin. Then point out in the vertex E and then make an arc. Okay. So label it the points or the point of intersection of the sides and arc. So label it with point P. And this one is point T. For the next step, step 2, at point P, set up your compass slightly wider than half the arc of arc PT. So, here is the measure of arc PT. Okay? Tapos, set up po natin yan more than half. So, dapat ganyan. So, medyo lampas po ng kalahati doon sa arc. Okay. So, then make an arc. Okay. And then, with the same setup, from point T, draw again an arc. Okay. So, medyo habaan po natin yung arc dito kay point P. That's why we can get the point of intersection of these two arcs. And then, label this with point W. Okay. The next thing, you have to connect the vertex point E. Ayan, vertex E, and then point W. So, dapat po, tapat yung connection nila. Okay. So, ayan. So, we have now our ray EW. And therefore, our angle bisector is EW. Okay. And then, for the symbol, measure of angle PEW yan, is equal to the measure of angle WET. And again, our angle bisector is ray EW.
Next, lesson 2, how to construct perpendiculars and parallels. Recall the perpendicular lines are intersecting lines that form right angles, while parallel lines are lines that do not intersect. Both of these lines are on the same plane. Using the construction in Activity 1, right angles are formed by the two segments. This is the same procedure to construct perpendicular lines, as you can see from the illustration at the right. To show perpendicular lines, extend the two segments to opposite directions, affixing arrowheads as shown in the illustration. In symbols, line JK is perpendicular to line LN. Look for the illustration at the right.
How to construct parallels. Our task, construct a line parallel to a given line PT. So, for the step 1, draw a line K intersecting line PT. Ayan. So, line K and intersecting line PT. And then, label the point of intersection as point A. Next step. Step 2. At point A, set up a compass to draw an arc intersecting lines K and line PT. So, at point A, ayan, ilagay po yung tip of your compass and make an arc. And then label it with point B and S. Yan. Okay, next. For the next step, using the same setup, the same setup of your compass, Draw an arc at a new point C on line K. So, gagawa po tayo ng point C, new point. Ayan. And then label it with C or letter C on line K. Okay? And then, make an arc again. So, wag pong tatanggalin yung setup ng compass in point C. Okay? Ayan. And then, look for the intersection. You can name it or label it with point D. Next, step 4. Set up the compass, opening as wide as the distance between points BS, and at point D, draw an arc. Okay? So, wag pong tatanggalin ang setup ni compass. Ayan. So, again, draw an arc. Okay. For the next, we have to label it, the point of intersection that you can see, label it with point E. Okay? And now, you have to connect the 2 points, C and E. Ayan. So, make this as line. So, as you can see now, we form parallel lines. Ayan. And therefore, lines PT, and with an arrow, is parallel to lines CE. How to construct parallels? Our task, construct a line parallel to a given line PT.
And now, let us end our discussion by a quote. The only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics by Paul Halmos. Thank you for watching and please support Ma'am Des Math Tutorials. See you on my next video. Bye-bye!